Yo guys, what's going on? It's Aces here today with another episode of Road to Pro. Now guys, in today's video we're going to be talking about something a little bit different, not an in-game tip, but kind of an in-real-life tip mentally and somewhat physically. It really won't affect you physically unless you rage a lot, but mentally this is something that is a very big deterrent, and it's something if you want to go pro or do well in Call of Duty, it's something you really need to be able to handle, and some people, they just can't do it. So I'm going to show you two scenarios, not show you, but I'm going to give you two scenarios of what could happen. So we're going to start with the search and destroy. Now there's 6 rounds in competitive search and destroy. Let's say you are down 5-0. That is not good. You would have to win 6 rounds. Now a normal pro player would not keep their hopes down and show it. What I would say a normal pro player does is say in the back of their mind, yeah, we're probably going to lose, but let's give it our all and try. Now with someone who's really not involved with the pro scene as much and is a little bit more amateur, they might completely lose all hope. And I can't lie, I have done that before, and I usually try to keep my cool, and I usually can sometimes get a really nice comeback because I don't give up. But in the back of my mind, I always tell myself it's looking really grim, but I know it's possible. So when it works both ways. If a team is winning a lot, then you have the possibility of them getting overconfident and letting their guard down. And that sometimes was when you really need to step up as a team. But, you know, if you are just out in La La Land and you're down 5-0 and not even trying and stuff like that, it's just something you can't do. And that could make you lose that map, which is the next thing I'm getting into. And that is if you lose a map. Now, losing a map is one of the worst ways to start out any series. If you can start by winning the map, it gives you a big momentum swing, and it gives you a lot of momentum in general. But if you lose that map, you don't have any momentum. You're at a standstill. So you have to fight through the other team's momentum and get a W. Now, if you do lose, it's one loss. Now, if you lose the whole entire tournament that you might be in, then that's a little different. That if it was like a complete shutout, you need to go back to the drawing board maybe. But if you lose a map, you cannot get degraded by losing a map. Or even like in Search and Destroy, losing 5 rounds in a row, it's not over till the last kill of that map and the last second. So guys, let's really get into it. What is wrong with losing? Nothing. It's you mentally that you have to get over. Everybody loses. Optic Gaming in the regular before the finals and semifinals and quarterfinals, all of that stuff happened, they went 20-2 in their matches. That is absolutely insane. But the 2 games that they did lose, it was pretty interesting because one map, they went into the map overconfident, like I was speaking of earlier. They went in so confident that they weren't expecting, I think it was DT, Dream Team, that actually beat them, but they weren't expecting DT to get off such a momentum swing and really try their hearts out. Now, that's what you guys got to be able to do. You got to be able to always go into every single match with your head high and full momentum, never letting your guard down, whether you're losing, winning, it doesn't matter. You got to keep your head on straight. And if you can keep your head on straight, which I think that's going to be the title, not necessarily losing in general, but if you can keep your cool mentally, then you're good. You have the potential to win maps and win anything. You have potential at all tournaments. It's just if you have the skill there and you can keep your cool, if you can keep your cool mentally, and you know you don't rage quit, you don't slam your desk, you could possibly have an injury that way. I've done that before. I've slammed my desk down and actually I injured my wrist, a really bad one. It took about 6 weeks to heal. So there's always the risk of injury of a rage quit, and that is something you really don't want to do either, because say you're really starting to get into that pro scene and you hit a bone funny on your desk, you're injured and you're out for your team. That's never good. So if you can keep your composure, that is one of the biggest things for any tournament, whether it's a $5 tournament, a $20 tournament, $100,000 tournament, or higher. Anything that involves any risk or stake, you need to be able to keep your cool. If you can do that, I think you're on your way to doing something good. Now, if you can find yourself a team of 4 people that can really keep their cool in any situation and always have their heads high, that is a winning team in my book. Whether you win the match or not, doesn't matter. You're all in high spirits. And as long as you can keep going and keep that high spirit, you'll eventually win one. And when you do, you guys will feel amazing. So guys, that is what I have to talk about today. Really just keeping your cool, all that stuff. Hopefully it was a bit informational. I mean, this is kind of common sense, but it's some videos that just have to be made for this series. So hopefully you guys did enjoy today. If you did, leave a like. It always helps me out. Subscribe if you are new around here. Check my sponsors in the description below. That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm out.